I wish someone sat me down like this and told me the truth about starting a business, not the motivational version, not the you can do anything version, the real one. Because if I had here this early, I would wasted less time, less energy, and honestly, less of myself. When I first started, I thought the hardest part was the idea. I spent months trying to find the right one, something unique, something scalable, something that could change everything. I told myself, if I get rid the idea right, everything else will follow. But looking back, that was my first mistake. Because ideas are said, they don't fail, they don't get rejected, they don't embrace us. You, execution does. So I stayed in that pace longer than I should have, researching, planning, consuming content, convincing myself, and I was making progress. But nothing was actually happens. Nothing product, nothing use, no feedback, just thought. And that's a trap, because thinking feels like work, but it's not. Eventually, I forced myself to start, and my first business, it failed. Fast, no consumer, traction, and no one cared. And that hit me harder than I expected, because failure is one thing, but being ignored, that's different. It makes you question everything, your idea, ability, direction, even yourself. I remember refreshing the page, waiting for something to happen, but nothing happened. And that silence, that's when it really starts. Not when you launch, but when you realize no one is paying attention. No one is paying attention. That when most people quit. And honestly, I almost did, because I wasn't capable, but because I wasn't prepared for how it feels. No one talks about that path. They talk about success, they talk about scaling, they don't talk about the months where it feels like you are building something that doesn't matter. So I did what most people do. I went back to learning more videos, strategies, more secrets, hoping the next prize of information would fix everything. But it didn't, because the problem wasn't knowledge, it was avoidance. I would avoid reality, avoid feedback, avoid putting something out there that wasn't perfect, because one is real, people can judge it, ignore it, reject it, and that's uncomfortable. But here's what changed everything for me. I got try waiting, not inspired, not motivate, just try it. Try not being the same place. Try starting over in my head. So I launched something again. But this time, it was messy, incomplete, no impressive. And that is exactly why it worked better. Because for the first time, I wasn't trying to look smart. I was trying to learn. I listened, I adjusted, I paid attention to what people actually did, not what I thought they would do. And slowly, things started to move. Don't need too fast, too big, but it's real. That's when I learned something most people don't realize early enough. I don't need a great idea. I need a real problem, and I don't find it by thinking. I find it by doing. I also learned that consistency is boring. There's no excitement in doing the same thing every day. Big moment, no dramatic wins, just more steps, over and over again. And that's where the most people fall off, because it doesn't feel like process. But here the truth: the people who win, they are not always the smartest. They are not always the most talented. They are the ones who stay long enough to figure out it. And I'll be honest with you, there were times I wanted to quit. Not because I was impossible, because it was slow, because it was uncertain, because no one claps for you in the beginning. You're alone with your doubt, your mistake, your second guesses, and you have to decide: do you keep going, or do you go back to something comfortable? I don't think people fail because they can't do it. I think they fail because they understand what is the emotional, the passion, the resilience, the ability to keep showing up when nothing is happening. If you are at the beginning right now, feel stuck, and overthinking everything, waiting for the right time, let me tell you this: there is no right time. There's only the time of passing. And every day you wait, you are not getting closer. You are just staying where you are. Start small, start messy, start before you are ready. Because the clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing. And if you fall, good. That means you are finally in the game. You're in the game giant. Because the worst place to be is not failing. That is staying in your head. That's just an idea for years. And calling it preparation. I'm not telling you this to motivate you. I'm telling you this because I wish someone told me earlier. Always with your hype. You don't need more time, more knowledge, more confidence. You just need to start and be willing to look back. Bad is very bad. But you figure out it. Because in the end, people who success aren't the ones who had it all figured out. They are the ones who kept going long enough to become a person.